We're at Dollywood.
I know!
Welcome to our next video. We're in the Great Smoky Mountains here at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We're checking out the attractions. I'm Tate.
I'm Lucy.
She's our social media manager. We're here checking out the attractions. We're here during the last night of their pumpkin event. What is it called again?
Pumpkin Luminites.
Pumpkin Luminites, that's what it is. I'm so used to Silver Dollar City, I'm sorry. It's not Pumpkin Nights again. Anyway, today is the last operating day with Lightning Rod having a launch. How do you feel about that?
I'm not sure how to feel about it.
Take it that you've never been on Lightning Rod with the launch, or at all for that fact. But we are getting our final rides. It's been running all day, so let's see what we think. Okay, so we got our third and fourth ride on Lightning Rod. Here's a polarizing kind of review. Today is the last day of operation with it having a launch, which, will you miss the launch? That's the real question.
I don't think so.
It's an interesting start to a ride, but I think I would take a normal RMC pre-lift section more than the lift being a launch. So, when we first rode it the first time, we were in row number 12, which is the very last row, and that's where the wheels are situated underneath the seats. With RMC Topper Track coasters, you do feel every single bump in the even numbered rows. If you did watch the Silver Dollar City video, I did mention about Outlaw Run being much better in the odd numbered rows, and especially row 11. Same thing applies here. It's because of the Topper Track. What do you think about the valleys of where the Topper Track was still there? Because it has been recently iBoxed, so they RMC'd an RMC with the iBox track, but you can still tell which spots don't have the iBox yet.
So when I had my head back against the seat, the spots that didn't have the iBox track literally made me feel like I was getting a concussion. It was so rough, and the way that the headrest worked just did not work with that kind of thing.
It's safe to say that this ride is not short person friendly.
No, it's not. Not at all.
So we gave it a second chance after riding in row 12, and we got into row 11, which is the sweet spot on Outlaw Run, so we were very hopeful. It was better. However, the headrest still is causing some issues for Lucy. For me, it's not an issue because my head's above the headrest, so there's really no point in having it there. I will say, I think this is at the bottom of my list for RMCs overall. I do prefer Outlaw Run. Lucy, however.
So when we got that fourth ride, our last ride, he suggested that I just hold on and I keep my head forward where it wouldn't bang against the seat. That made it so much better for me because I wasn't feeling I was being slammed around. So my favorite RMC and my favorite ride of all time is Iron Gwazi.
For very good reason.
Yes. The thrill of this ride made me feel like I liked this better than Iron Gwazi, but after thinking about it and thinking about the fact that unless you are literally leaned forward, giving yourself back pain, it sucks. Made it where I agree, it puts it on par, maybe a little below Outlaw Run.
Ooh.
And
okay.
I don't enjoy Outlaw Run at all. unless I'm in that row 11. If I'm in row 11, it's fine, but I don't enjoy it at all other than that.
With the evolution of RMCs, it feels like Lightning Rod was missing out with the inversions because every other RMC has inversions. Do you think a barrel roller or the stall would help the ride?
Yes, I think it would help the ride, but I think it would help the most if they just eye-box the whole track.
The whole thing, yes. That's pretty obvious now. Even with Mind Blower getting recently eye-boxed with some retracking, with a 208 retrack, the transitions between the Gravity Group track and the RMC track is extremely noticeable, but they are doing better at working out those kinks. I think it's similar to what the feeling is with the iBox, between the iBox and the topper track. And if it's the same company that reworks their attraction, I feel like they should have just went all the way out.
For sure. I think that if RMC is going to do anything, they should just go ahead and put iBox on it.
Might as well. But then again, that's what loses the factor of being a launched wooden coaster.
Yeah.
It would be considered a steel coaster then. So that might be the only reason why those valleys haven't been iBoxed. Just so they can still call it a wooden coaster. As for the general public, I don't think they'd notice.
I wouldn't have noticed 6 months ago. So
now, something that we have been noticing is that it is crawling over the dolly. You know why it's called the dolly if you look at it. Not going to go very deep into that. But it's crawling, and while you're in the station, it's playing the auto spiel of some ride facts, information, and whatnot. And it said 20 seconds of airtime.
yeah, no.
Not anymore.
I get maybe, if I got maybe 5.
I counted 5 on the first wave turn, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Everywhere else was kind of sluggish. The quad down was great. The rise from the quad down was great. And something that this ride's been doing that I've never seen on anybody else's videos, POVs, or anything, it comes to a grinding halt at the beginning of the final break, at the holding break just before the station. Watching people's heads, it comes to a halt.
Yeah.
And that's something I haven't seen before. They are only running one train, so it really shouldn't have to stop there, given there's still a block open ahead of it, but I'm not going to get that deep into it. We're going to get some more re-rides. We already got everything in.
As much as we can, because it is raining.
It is raining right now, so we're doing our best to try to stay dry. The temperature is dropping. It was beautiful weather this morning, but then this cold front's starting to come in. Let's keep going around the park.
Amusement, old Buzz is gonna do some character impressions. Fanfare, please. Dum da dum dum dee dum. Here's my impression of a hibernating bear. Watch closely now.
So we just took our first and second ride on Mystery Mine. It kind of sucked. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd rather ride Boss.
That's saying a lot. Now, the first time we rode, we were in the back row, and it was a lot rougher than I was imagining. However, the second ride in the front row was a little bit more enjoyable, especially after the second drop. That part. But it's an interesting ride. It's more fun to look at than to ride.
Yeah, I agree. The theming is wonderful. The track is terrible.
Now, for this being our first time vlogging like this, we're just going to point this out. She's standing on a rock just so we can get the angle right. So this is how filming by myself is, but then when you add Lucie in, she's way down here.
However, she has ostensibly endorsed her replacement. And you know, speaking about Rhonda, and she actually, she cares very deeply. It's okay. And also, she cares about the and that's actually something.
So what were your favorite parts about Thunderhead?
I think my most favorite part is when it does come over the station.
You like the station flight?
Yes.
That is a very good feature. It rumbles the entire station.
As somebody who hasn't seen roller coasters before, seeing that is... I loved it. I loved this
This
one.
is my favorite GCI. What about you? My favorite part was actually the overall length and the layout. I really did like the twisting, turning, and even the airtime was really good, even though we did have an empty train and a backseat ride. for my first visit to Woodland Grove, I will say this area is very well landscaped. It looks nice, it feels nice, and it has a great storyline. And there's definitely a lot of attractions here for the family to do. However, I can't find Lucie now. The child she is, I can't find her. Where did she? Never mind, I found her. This is what we do. Lucie, Lucie, come back. Come back, Lucie. So our first ride's on Dragonfly or the Park's Vekoma Family Inverted Coaster. For family coaster, actually had some forces.
Right? I felt like it was a little intense to be called a family coaster.
So the seating arrangement, how do you feel about that?
It was interesting.
Why are the seats so wide? That's what I want to know. If you have to accompany a small child, how are you supposed to help them if they're so far away?
Especially with like just the low height requirement on that.
Very low.
Really fast and like launches up that hill and then you feel like
We're over here at Big Bear Mountain. This is my favorite family coaster. I really hate to break it.
I agree.
What's your favorite part about this whole attraction?
Onboard audio.
Onboard audio.
Yes.
It's an extremely long layout. It feels like it's never going to end. All 3 launches do have a punch, even though it has such a low height requirement.
Yeah, launch coasters have my heart. So.
For your safety, all recruits must be
not a drill, it's go time. Fire alarm on the hill. Go, go, go.
Attention recruits, listen up.
I forgot her shoes. She's not big enough to run the bear. She rode the frog and loved it.
Fire Chaser Express, the Gerstlauer family launch coaster. Very interesting storyline. We do love the launches, forwards, backwards, little as well. And it did interact with the terrain a lot.
I liked it. I like it. I mean, it's
Okay, now
Yeah.
Fire Chaser Express or Big Bear Mountain?
Big Bear.
Why?
The answer is obvious. Big Bear's longer. It's got more length. It has more launches. Again, I love launch coasters. The more launches, the better for me.
And it was a lot smoother. Big Bear
Yes.
was a lot smoother than Fire
Yes.
Chaser. I was kind of surprised with how rickety it felt, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Then we headed over to Wild Eagle, the B&M wing coaster, Lucie's first ever wing coaster. What'd you think?
I love that ride. Everything about that ride, I love it.
So I've done Gatekeeper. I still think Gatekeeper's a little bit better. However, Wild Eagle is still pretty good for the location itself. So then we hit the spot of Blazing Fury. So us being from Branson, we are very fond of Fire in the Hole. Blazing Fury in the middle cars. We hate to say it, better than Fire in the Hole. But we did just get our second ride in the front row. Explain what happened.
So, at the first drop, he had his arm like this. He not only slammed into the side of this side of my rib cage, but this side of my rib cage also slammed into the side of the seat. It made it so uncomfortable, and I've never had that happen on Fire in the Hole. That's never been an issue for me.
I think it's just the fact of the restraint setup because it's a T-bar restraint, one restraint for both seats instead of individual lap bars like Fire in the Hole.
I also feel like Fire in the Hole's audio is louder. I can barely hear.
Yes, very good point. Blazing Fury has one thing Fire in the Hole does have. Fire in the Hole still has the splashdown. Blazing Fury used to, but now it's just magnetic brakes. Do you think that takes away from the ride experience?
I'm gonna go with, I don't think it does, because for me, being from Branson, I ride Fire in the Hole once a week. And the splashdown sometimes doesn't happen. That's what I've noticed. Sometimes the splashdown's just not there.
Interesting. Okay, so then we headed over to the park's Aero Looper Tennessee Tornado. I think it's safe we can both agree that is our favorite coaster of the park.
Yes.
She calls Alan Schilke insane.
maniac.
A maniac. I think he's a maniac in a genius way. What do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Yes, he's a maniac in a genius way. But the way he designs his coasters is just so crazy to me.
So, with Tennessee Tornado, what part of that ride stood out to you?
I like the drop into the mountain. That's 100% it. I also like that it's an aero coaster, yes. My aero coaster is Thunderation. It doesn't feel like Thunderation at all.
Lots
Yeah.
smoother.
It feels more like, to me, like a B&M would feel than a...
You're comparing a B&M to an
Yeah,
Aero?
but that, you have to realize the aero I grew up with is Thunderation, and that thing gives people concussions.
What color is he?
So the only takeaway I have for Tennessee Tornado is it's not a very long ride. However, it's very forceful, very fast, and it does keep up with the pacing all the way through until you hit the brakes. So we're gonna keep on headed around and let's keep going. So as we're walking around, we just passed the grist mill, which is home of the cinnamon bread at Dollywood. However, we are very fond of cinnamon bread for being from Silver Dollar City. How do you think it's going to hold up?
I honestly think I like Silver Cities better. But just because I'm biased about Silver City.
All those years. It's about to go down the drain. So unfortunately for this visit, we will not be doing the steam train because it is closed for the day. I'm not sure exactly why, but I'm guessing it's for the Christmas lights. It's a bummer we'll miss out on it because we were planning to do it. Lucie, what do we do?
We just rode Lightning Rod front row in a sprinkle. But the rain.
A sprinkle, but it feels like needles to the face.
Oh, I feel like I just got shot.
If we could enjoy the ride and keep our eyes open, I think we'd like it more in the front.
I think I'd like it in the front a lot, but oh.
Rain. Ow.
Baby boots on manners.
Let's do this!
So, update. We just rode Mystery Mine. We were the only two in our cart, and I think that benefited us because
So when our weight was equal, I loved it.
it's like the weight distribution. If you don't have a lot of weight in the front row, and you sit in the middle two seats, it doesn't take the turns as quick, and I think that's the downfall as the train goes by. It's the turns inside of the indoor section, particularly after the last dip into the first lift hill. That's where the biggest chunk is. Leave that put there. It is completely dead because it's been raining all day.
Yeah.
And it stopped raining, so we're gonna try to get a few more rides in, maybe get a few more updates. Where are we headed next? Wild Eagle it is. Let's go to Wild Eagle. Lucy, how do you feel?
Better yet.
Oh no, let's see. I feel attacked.
Now, when the days grow shorter and the mountain air grows cool and crisp, the painted trees and fallen leaves put on a show of light and color. And as the golden sunsets of autumn fade, children's laughter and parents' delight is added to the celebration in the grove each special night. And now come many colors. Now, legend also says that on special nights like tonight, when the grove is alive with love and light, your very own dreams can also take flight, carried by the wind like a joyful song. And you can make the music of the mountains part of your heart song forever.
One thing I will say, you do know you're at Dollywood. There is so much Dolly merchandise, and honestly, I'm not complaining. So that will do it for our day here at Dollywood. What do you think?
I'll say I like it more than Silver Dollar City, but I feel bad saying that.
More than Silver Dollar City, wow.
Yes, I do. I like it more than my home park.
For the rides, I have to agree. For the atmosphere, also have to agree. However, the cinnamon bread is better at
Yes.
Silver Dollar City.
Food, Silver Dollar City takes the cake.
So that's going to do it for us here at Dollywood. So be different, stay wild, and as Trailblazers, let's ride.
We forgot to document the eye thing.
Okay, so I know we just ended the video, but we had something happen that we forgot to mention in the ending. Yes, it is raining, and that's very important for what happened. Lucy?
So, right, let's all take a look at how I look right now. I look ridiculous. And the reason is, when we were on Tennessee Tornado, we were coming
Between the second and third loop.
Between the second and third loop, and the track was dripping wet, and it hit me right in the eye, and I still can't see. I still can't see.
Is that considered a guest injury? Yes. How are you supposed to combat that?
First,
I
they
don't
just
know.
gave me water. They gave me water and put it in my eye.
Basically it. But first they did what they could. They said it was a new case, so
Yes.
we're not blaming first
It's
aid
fine.
at all, whatever.
I know exactly what's wrong.
You got punched in the face by a water droplet.
I'll recover. It's fine. I've gotten maybe 8 hours of sleep in the past like day and a half. Leave me alone. You dragged me out of bed at 2 a.m. 48 hours ago. You gotta give me a break.
I think this is great. Welcome to our next video. We're in the Great Smoky Mountains here at We're here at Dollywood today in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We're checking out the attractions, and we got Lucy here. Say hi, Lucy.
Hi. Can we not do that?
We're doing this, and it's going to be great today.
I don't want to hear it.
These are going in the blooper reel, I hope you know, and that is going to be a thing. We've been recording this entire time.
God.
Okay. Okay. Welcome, Trailblazers, to our next... Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
It
Hello?
is. I can't get my keys out because my hand is wet.
Hello?
What are you doing to Wally?
Learning how to use him.
Should we name it Wally?
Yes.
We have named the gimbal Wally.
Hello? I see the car. The bloopers.
Where are we going?
What was it called?
Hey,
Oh.
it's okay. You had one job, Lucy. No language throughout this entire video, but it's okay. I can bleep it out. But where are we going?
What was it called?
I know what it is. I'm just waiting for you to think about it. Why are you looking it up? You are literally looking it up.
I am. This can go in the bloopers.
No, this is going in the main.
No!
This is going in the main.
But I won't sit.
We're going to Cookout.
I know we are.
We're going to Cookout.
Can I order food this time?
Huh?
I'm gonna order more.
Lucy!
Just redo the video.